There will be times when checking the number of characters that are within a string is useful, like when we want to make sure a user's phone number is at least 10 characters long, or will provide an error to the user letting them know that they did something wrong so they can fix it. Within JavaScript, we could declare phone num with a string of a phone number like this. Then we could print to the console the value of the phone num variable like this, and we could print the length of the variable by adding the length property to the variable like this. And when we run the code, the console will first print the value of the string here, and then it will print the number of characters in that string, which in this case is 10. Keep in mind that the length property doesn't change the phone num variable at all. If we wanted to store the length of that variable as a number, we could also store it within its own variable like this, and still print that value to the console like this. Keep this string property in mind anytime you need to work with lengths of a string. JavaScript has a number of string methods available to help you manipulate strings by enacting key actions. Here is a declared variable with a string that has both uppercase and lowercase letters. And when printed to the console, it displays like this. If we want to change all of the characters in the string to lowercase, we can declare a new variable to store this updated string and then apply the method toLowercase to the quote variable like this. Don't forget these opening and closing parentheses. When we print to the console the quote lowercase, we can see it will present like this. All the characters have been updated to lowercase. And if we wanted to turn this quote up by setting all the characters in uppercase, we would do basically the same thing as before, declaring a new variable with the value of quote with the method toUppercase. There is a useful method called trim that removes the white space, such as spaces, tabs, etc., at the beginning and end of a string. Hopefully you can see the value of this, such as when a user is entering data within an online form and accidentally adds some extra spaces within it. If we wanted a quick way to remove those spaces, we could simply update the username with the trim method applied to it over the existing data. When we print to the console the value of the username, we'll see that all the spaces have been removed properly. If you are curious, here on the MDN web docs is the full list of over 35 string methods. Don't worry, you won't be expected to memorize all of these. Instead, keep this page in mind when you need to modify a string. And these methods with the thumbs down are methods that have been deprecated, meaning they did exist in older versions of JavaScript, but have been removed or updated by newer string methods in the current version. With a little practice working with these current methods, you'll find that you have a significant amount of control over manipulating strings in JavaScript.
Use the string methods you know to remove the extra white space at the beginning and end of the string and capitalize all the letters. Make sure to assign your answer to trim and caps variable. I'm actually going to go back. Okay. So original string.trim let loud text equal what a beautiful day. Loud text equal loud text to lowercase. Okay, so I think it might look something like that. So let's go through. Remove the extra white space at the beginning. So this one should have trimmed it. And then let trim and caps equal trimmed and then uppercase. And then our print is going to be we'll run it and see what happens. The code for trim and caps didn't work as expected. So I did something wrong here. Okay. I'm doing something very wrong here. Oh. Let original string equal that. I'm actually going to go back over here and look at my examples. I think that I'm supposed to have it like that. Okay, so what I basically didn't do or forgot to do was add the parentheses after I declared these two. So it's going to be like this. This is the original string. We trimmed it to get rid of the spaces. And then we declared it again to make it uppercase. And then we printed it with the trim and caps. And this is our result that we got, which is correct. Okay. Hi, girl. Okay, so now we're going to go back to helping our pretend client here. Here you're reading up on string methods. Great work. Just so you know, no one expects you to remember every method. So what should you do instead? Learn to read the documentation. Trust me, working developers are continuously looking at documentation. Check out the MDN web docs below and bookmark helpful documentation and resources as you find them. Documentation is great. Learning to code is about learning how to solve problems and with creative solutions. not how to memorize everything about JavaScript. It isn't a failure if you can't remember how to call a particular method off the top of your head. Because as long as you know where to find it, then you're good. So this is a documentation. The developers who make Mozilla Firefox maintain comprehensive documentation on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's a great idea. And I think I already have this page bookmarked. Let me take a look. So we have our big MDN documentation website here. Let me favorite this. Okay. Working with text. Click. Oh, where did my screen go? Working with text, please click Start when you are ready to begin the activity. Okay. What will the output to the console after the code below runs? Let greeting equal hello, how are you, to lowercase. So that's going to be all lowercase, or it should be. What will be output to the console after the code below runs? That should be since we're using the trim method, it should be trimmed down to size to remove the extra spaces. Let cat behavior equal my cat came home to concatenate the strings. Let dog behavior equal cat behavior dot replace cat dog. Okay, so it's just going to say my dog came home to concatenate the strings. What will be output to the console after the code below runs? Let my name equal Kiara. Let greeting equal my name plus welcome to our website. Console.log greeting. What I like to do sometimes is I don't necessarily think that it's cheating, but it's more checking what the outcome of this would be. I'm guessing that something is wrong with this last one. I think that needs to be in quotations in order for it to be a proper string, but I'm going to check that. I'm just going to take all this and remove it. And I'm just going to see what comes up and run this code. And I should have been sharing that tab. Okay, so it actually works. Kiara, I guess it doesn't have to be in quotes since it's already a declared string right there. Kiara, welcome to our website. So it was the one that I chose. Okay, so let's see if we got them right. Looks like we got one wrong. First one we got right. Second one we got wrong. to take this one and run it in Replit too, because apparently this was the correct one, and I want to see why that is. You still have that big space there. How can you get rid of that big space? I'm going to see if I can fix this right now. Let's see if we fixed it. No. How would you get rid of that big space there then? It's between getting and very tall. Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd remove that space. I'll have to figure that out. But I got that one wrong. This one I got correct because the replace method, or is that the replace one? Yep, dot replace removed the cat and input the dog instead, and then this one we ran. Okay, so oh, I wasn't sharing my screen, but the only one we got wrong is the trim one, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, but it's supposedly this one, so I might have to review how the trim method works again. Let me actually go all the way up where we went into the trim explanation and see why, if they can give me an explanation on that. It's length, and then we go into methods, replace, trim. This removes white spaces, tabs, and so forth at the beginning and end of a string. So I guess it's just the beginning and the end of a string, but not in between. So how would you fix a space in between then? I wonder. Because going back here, it does remove the space before and the space after. So that's a question I have. I'm just going to make a note of that. The trim method only removes the spaces before and after a sentence. What if there is a space in the middle? The question is, can the trim method be used to remove spaces in the middle of a sentence? Okay, so we finished that, And now we're moving on to assessment, manipulate text. And back to our, once you submit your completed assessment and qualified, return to this screen to continue to your next lesson. If you don't see your results here at first, try, okay. So this is an actual assessment. And I think I feel confident that I can take this, that I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. Let's see what they want me to do. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have here. Diego has lyrics for 2 songs he wants to display on his website. The first is Seen a Thousand Things, and the other is We're All Light. The song titles are stored in the database in lowercase text and without punctuation. So to find the right lyrics, you need to transform the song title variable to match what is stored in the database. And this is our web preview here. Your task here is to use your knowledge of string methods to lowercase the song title. For example, Seen a Thousand Things should become Seen a Thousand Things. We're All Light should become We're All Light. Don't worry about the special syntax on line 10. A function for now. You will learn about it later on in the program, and you don't have to modify line 10 to complete this assignment. Write your code below to update the song title variable to be lowercase. And to remove all apostrophes. Don't modify anything below here. So let's take a closer look here. So here it is. Here's his albums. I'm not sure if I'm doing any of this correctly, but I'm just trying my best. I'm going to do console.log. So that's what I came up with, and I have no idea if that's correct. But to update song title variable to be 1 lowercase and remove all apostrophes. I'm going to go back. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I maybe got the lowercase part of it right, but I don't know about the apostrophes, so I'll check back in with you guys later.